What's up everybody, welcome back to Double T Gaming. If you didn't know already, the new fresh Nostalrius Elysium PvP server, it's going to be released this Saturday, January 7th, and I could not be more hyped about it. I'm going to be streaming the entire thing. I know it's going to be a total lag fest. There's going to be so many people trying to get on at once. It's going to go terribly, but I don't care. It's going to be fun. And this video right here is just going to go through the timeline for the new fresh server. It was actually released a couple days ago. I'm a little bit late, but I really want to go through how everything's going to go through with you guys. Now you'll notice these dates are pretty far apart, and we aren't looking at an actual image release until late 2018 actually for this server. Now this spaced out timeline is really going to give players a chance to get caught up with the current content, whether you are a hardcore player, just a casual player, or somewhere in between like I am. But anyway, let's just get right into it. So like I said, January 7th, the new fresh server is going to be released. You're going to have all the basic dungeons. Basically the only dungeon that is not on here, the only 5-man dungeon, is going to be Dire Maw, and you'll see that in a couple months from now. But you got your 10-man Upper Blackrock Spire, your 40-man Onyxia's Lair, your 40-man Molten Core, you got Warsong Gulch and Arathi Basin. We aren't going to see Outdoor Valley for a while. But until a player gets the necklace, the legendary necklace, Talisman of the Binding Shard, which is actually not meant to be in a loot table according to Blizzard. They didn't mean for it to happen. Only one player in the history of live World of Warcraft actually got the necklace. I'm talking kind of fast. But if you don't, let me just show you guys what it looks like if you don't know. This necklace right here, there's a bunch of comments about it. Tag this out as not available player, whatever, all this stuff, removed from the game, completely redone, all that good stuff. But it gives you a little effect on the necklace. As soon as the player gets this, then Bindings of the Windseeker will be available off of Baron Geddon and Gar. And then you go over to March 4th, Azure Ghost will be released in Ashara, and then March 18th, Kazakh, Doomlord Kazakh will be released in Blasted Lands, I believe it is. And then in the month of April, you get the final instances to go along, the final 5-man instances. You get Dire Maw, the Maul event, all that good stuff. Then a couple months later, April, May, June. Hey, try and, if I tell you a month, you gotta pick it out instantly what number month it is. Say what month is the month of, what's it, July. Say it, quick. Okay, you missed it. I have to count on my fingers every time. But January, February, March, April, May, June. In June of 2017, we will finally be getting a big patch. Outdoor Valley, I believe this is where the PvE server is currently actually. Outdoor Valley, patch 1.4, 1.5. You get the 40-man Epic Battleground Outdoor Valley AV. T1 set's going to be updated a little bit. Some recipes are going to go from green quality to white quality. Excuse me. And a couple of new loot tables are going to be added for the Kazakh, Azure Ghost, and some bosses in Molten Core. The famous Gurubashi Arena event is going to be like a standard thing now. The Cloth Quartermasters, the ones you donate your linen, your wool, your silk, and you get reputation. It will be in each capital city. And the new mount looks, the armor level 60 mount looks, are going to be available after this month right here. And there's also going to be elemental invasions. Now I don't really remember this very well. I don't really know if this is. I bet you it probably. I don't want to say anything wrong. Kind of stumbling, but I don't want to say anything wrong and say this wasn't in live WoW. I never really remember any of this, but I do know in these certain areas there are quite a lot of elementals. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's about. And then in August of 2017, we finally get the next raid, Blackwing Lair. See, there's almost a 7-month period. There is a 7-month period in between the first raids and the next raid. So you're going to be farming that content for a while. But that gives everybody a chance to get to level 60. Usually for a normal player, it can give anywhere from a couple weeks to 60 if you're playing really hard. Or a couple months to 60 if you're playing as much time as you can. But anyway, we finally get the 40-man Blackwing Lair, and this is something interesting I was looking at. According to this, Bindings of the Windseeker are going to be available off Gar and Baron Geddon. Now up here it says, until a player gets the Talisman of the Binding Shards, Bindings of the Windseeker will not be available. So what if somebody levels to 60 and they're raiding Molten Core by February 15th? If they loot Talisman of the Binding Shard, will Bindings of the Windseeker be available just for that person? Or Bindings of the Windseeker be open up to the whole entire server? Because down here it says it will now be available. And I don't know what that means. Someone could clear that up for me if they want to. But I see a little bit of a discrepancy right there. There's a 7-month gap in between the time someone can get Thunder Fury and someone cannot get Thunder Fury. And I believe I saw a lot of people with Thunder Fury before Blackwing Lair even came out. So maybe I'm kind of iffy on that. I don't really know. But there's going to be some new recipes from the Argentine, Timbermaw, all those reputation vendors. Warsong Gulch is going to get some new items, appropriate faction stuff. And the Grand Marshal and High Warlord PvP honor reward is going to be updated with better stats. And the Darkmoon Faire, the famous Darkmoon Faire, is finally going to make it into World of Warcraft Vanilla, Nostalrius Elysium, all that good stuff. It's going to be in Mulgore and Elwyn Forest. Now, it's not going to be a portal to another island like it is in Live WoW. It's legit going to be like a camp where they set up shop and just come there every once in a while, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Now, a couple months later, in October of 2017, we get the next raid, Zul'Gurub and patch 1.7. So there's only a 2-month period in between these two contents, but Zul'Gurub and Blackwing Lair are kind of, in my opinion, I would say Blackwing Lair's items are kind of a little bit better than Zul'Gurub's, but Zul'Gurub's do have some good reputation rewards. Now, you're also going to get some Arathi Basin stuff, and the debuff limit, this is important for if you're a raider, the debuff limit has been increased to 16 up from 8, so it gives you a chance to get more debuffs on the target. And finally, if you're a level 19 twink and you're waiting to get that lucky fishing hat, the fishing extravaganza, or whatever it's freaking called, however you say that word, extravaganza, is going to be available in October of 2017. Now, you're going to get your fishing up when you're ready, or whatever. Now, in December of 2017, we finally get the Dragons of Nightmare, which was released recently on the Nostalrius PvP server before it got shut down. Now, if you notice these names, if you play Legion, you'll see a lot of these names in Legion as you do right here, like a lot of them. So they've kind of went throwback with it. And then I believe this is where the Nostalrius PvP server is right now. The Gates of Anchorage, the opening of AQ, you get AQ 20, you get AQ 40. Some of the hard, well, AQ 20 wasn't too difficult, but AQ 40 was probably one of the most difficult raids in Vanilla WoW. Up there with Naxxramas, just because it's the final 2 content. Then a couple months later, I believe that is the month of June, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yep, June 2018. Pretty much everything's going to get upgraded with the overall item upgrade, and the entire 0.5 is going to be available. Now, I believe the background picture right here, it's the Valor set for the Warriors. I think that's what 2.5 is for the Warriors, but that's also like the Light Forge gear and all that other stuff. I could be totally wrong when I'm saying that, but T.5 is going to be available. And you're also going to get some increased reputations with Warsong Gulch and Arathi Basin. Now, finally, in September of 2018, almost a year and almost 2 years, a year and like 8 months from the server launch date, we're going to get the Scourge Invasion and Naxxramas. Probably like held as one of the hardest raids in the history of WoW. Most people hold it as the hardest raid in the history of WoW. Less than 1% of the player base in live vanilla World of Warcraft got to see this raid. It will finally be released, and pretty much everything's getting updated. For some reason, this is getting cut off my screen right here, so I don't really know what it says. But updated armor rewards for rank 12 and 13 have been increased. Light's Hope Chapel is going to get completely revamped. But there you have it, guys. But the biggest gap between content is like major content, I would say, from the launch date up until we get Blackwing Lair. That's almost a 7-month period between raids. Now, everything after Kazakh, though, it's to be determined. They're just giving you a ballpark month where they hope to like release it, but all this is standard to change. Could get pushed back, could get pushed up even. But, I mean, this gives you time to really get stuff ready, and I hope you guys are ready this Saturday, January 7th. I'm going to be streaming hopefully 11 to 11, and it's going to be fun. I don't really know what I'm going to play yet. Let me know what you guys are going to play in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think about this timeline in the comment section down below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit a thumbs up on it, subscribe to the channel for more Nostalrius Elysium, all that good stuff content. Thank you guys for watching, Double T Gaming, and I'll see you guys next video.